To the show, and now we're ramping it right up with international stars coming out here to take on the World Tree Felling Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, tree felling has been at the Royal Melbourne Show since its beginning 171 years ago, and we are bringing it back to the Herald Sun Arena, bigger and better than ever. But of course, what do I know about tree felling? Absolutely nothing. So we need an absolute master to talk us through. Please welcome Mr. Daryl Meyer.
Good evening, Damo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How are you all out there?
I think they're wanting to be warmed up just like these guys are behind us.
Well, I got to tell you, Damo, we have the first world title tree felling event at the Royal Melbourne Show ever today. And we've got international axemen flying in from Canada to be a part of our special show.
Incredible. And these guys are the best in the biz, and they're going to do this faster than anyone we could ever imagine. So you've got to tell us a little bit about tree felling. The term felling, what is tree felling?
Well, tree felling is what our ancestors 100 years ago or so would have used to fell a tree in the forest for their housing, to build their housing and so forth. So it's very, very important that these guys are replicating what our ancestors done hundreds of years ago.
Because back in the day, clearly they didn't have ladders. So they used to, so if we can start heading this way and talking about this big, massive pole here, so how are they going to work their way up it?
Well, this little pole, as you call it, is 3 metres high, Damo. It has some little pockets put in by the competitor. Generally take around about 4 to 6 blows to put these pockets in. Then we have a little board known as a springboard that they jam into that pocket, and it gives them secure, stable movements on the tree. They won't fall out. Trust me, they're very safe.
They're very safe. They don't look safe whatsoever. So they're going to balance on that ironing board, surfboard type thing, hanging out of the wood while taking big, massive swings from their tool.
Exactly right. You've got to remember these boards are about 150 millimetres wide by around about 30 millimetres thick. So it's a very, very narrow plank. But they do flex, and they're designed to flex. That's what they're designed to do.
Now, these aren't just everyday axes. How expensive would you say these axes are?
Well, one of these custom ground axes, specially made for the sport of tree climbing or wood chopping, is valued at about $800.
$800 each axe. So they are bringing them out today because they want to win big, huge money in competition. And of course, the world title, better than any Victoria or Australian title today.
This is it. This is it. This is a world title. This we have the very, very best axemen here tonight at Royal Melbourne that you would find anywhere in the world in any wood chopping arena.
Now, I think these guys are going to want to get started. So, can we introduce our first competitor?
We can do that. Let's not keep them out in the cold. Ladies and gentlemen, on stand number 8, coming down from Queensland this year, he has multiple state Queensland championships to his name. He's just getting unrobed there. Will you please put your hands together and welcome Campbell Newman from Queensland. Now, the RAS CEO, Mr. Paul Gura, has just hopped out of one of the Isuzu, ladies and gentlemen, and is going to welcome all our competitors. Let's have a look at our next competitor, ladies and gentlemen.
Who do we have? And now I don't want to trip over someone's very expensive axe
Exactly. Here. Our next competitor, ladies and gentlemen, is from Victoria. He has 2 Australian titles and has won 11 state titles in a row over the last 12 months in wood chopping. Please put your hands together and welcome Blake Meyer.
I also see that Blake is wearing a Richmond Tigers jacket for all the Tigers fans out there. Okay, who's third up?
Now, moving up to position number 6, ladies and gentlemen, coming down from Queensland once again. This guy has quite an impressive history in the sport of wood chopping. He comes from Queensland, as I mentioned. He has 20 Queensland state titles, Damo. That's not to be sneezed at. And also 8 Australian titles. Will you please put your hands together and welcome for me Lindsay Hewitt. Now we're moving up to position number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Another Queenslander here for you. This guy gave tree climbing away for a few years, Damo, and decided to come back, and he's come back stronger than ever.
Better than ever at the World Championship tree felling. Why not?
So we're very, very glad to see him come back. He is a Queensland state champion, ladies and gentlemen. Will you please put your hands together and welcome for me Jake Dingle.
These men all look pretty solid. They must be training all year long for this, right?
This is exactly what they live for, Damo. This is the pinnacle of our sport, a world title. And, of course, tree climbing, of course, is our most spectacular event that we have. Moving up to position number 4, one of the all-time greats, ladies and gentlemen, of our sport. He has 19 Australian championships here at Royal Melbourne alone. That is correct, 19 of them alone, and 16 world titles from Tasmania. Please welcome Matthew Gurr.
Incredible. So he is going to be one to look out for tonight because
he's
won plenty of these titles.
My word, he's one of the best tree climbing competitors you'll find anywhere. Now moving up to position number 3, we have another Queenslander for you, ladies and gentlemen. This guy has one world title under his belt at New Zealand, and he certainly wants to add to that tonight. He also has 16 state titles in his state there, ladies and gentlemen. Will you please put your hands together for Josh Adamson? Now, as it gets a little bit hotter, Damo, we're moving closer to number 1. Let's have a look at number 2. This guy has flown in from Canada to be a part of our show tonight at the Royal Melbourne Showgrounds.
He'd probably be used to a similar cold, I'm sure,
no
yes,
doubt.
as in Melbourne.
Well, he's going to warm up our crowd in just a few moments, I do believe. He has 13 Australian titles and 15 world titles, ladies and gentlemen, from Canada. Please put your hands together and welcome Mitch Hewitt. Now moving up to position number 1. And he's on number 1 for a reason, Damo. He is king of the castle at the moment.
Uh-oh.
He is your current world title holder.
Oh.
Yes, oh. Let me tell you a little bit about the young man from Tasmania. He has 6 Australian titles, is a current world champion, and we do believe he may add number 2 to his list tonight. Will you please put your hands together and welcome for me Daniel Gurr. Now, we will be starting our competitors off, ladies and gentlemen, on the traditional wood chopping start on the count of 3 that all our champions always start on. So to all our competitors tonight, we sincerely wish you all the very best of luck in being crowned the new world champion at the Royal Melbourne Show in 2019. Competitors, stand by for a start. Get ready, go. 1, 2, 3. And there we have the start, ladies and gentlemen, of the world title here at Royal Melbourne Showgrounds, the first ever at Royal Melbourne. So let's have a look at our field here. They're very, very even at this stage of the game. Don't be scared to cheer them on. Look at Mitch Hewitt. He's hungry. They're up together. We have a race on the top 5, ladies and gentlemen, maybe 6, and they're all going for that top board. Who's the first one up? It's going to be Hewitt on number 2. How about we cheer them on? Gurr has a sensational log up there. It's like a piece of butter. He's spraying the chips down here. Let's have a look at the rest of the field. Hewitt's going well. So is Adamson. Gurr on number 4. That's father and son. Then Jake Dingle's going well along with Lindsay Hewitt, Blake Meyer. And right down the far end we have Campbell Newman. The race is on between stands 1 and 2. Here it is, a bit of a scramble for the axe for Lindsay on number 2. Gurr has the board in first of all. They're in motion. Cheer them up, ladies and gentlemen. You're very quiet out there. This is a world title. It's not going to get any better. $10,000 prize money shared between these guys. They're all going very, very well down the far end. We've got Campbell Newman. He's about to come down and hit the golden turf here at the Royal Melbourne Showgrounds. Let's have a look. Gurr's going for the top board. Hewitt's in a bit of trouble. I think so is Adamson on 3 and Gurr on 4. The race is well and truly on. We're going to crown a new world champion, I reckon, in about 30 seconds. Cheer them on a bit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at this. One of the greatest events in the sport of wood chopping. Here it goes. It's going to be close. They're on the ground, coaching along. Very, very exciting stuff. There it is. Number 1. An outstanding performance. Superstar Daniel Gurr from Tasmania. Hewitt taking 2nd place. The pressure's certainly been on these guys. The pressure's still on for minor placings here. Adamson's going very, very well there on number 3 tree. He's got it to fall now. Give him a round of applause. Right behind is our Superman there, Matthew Gurr. Then the minor placings are going to come, ladies and gentlemen. How about that for a performance? We'll talk about our man of the moment in just a few minutes. Dingle's about to get it off. The pressure's on these minor guys. There goes Blake Meyer, Lindsay Hewitt, and Dingle is going to take his log off. Jake Dingle's going to take that log off there. And all the eyes are now on Campbell Newman from Queensland. Come on, let's cheer him on. This is his first world title, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to come back next year, have another go at the title. He's nearly there. There's Damo gone. Come on,
coming back.
Damo.
I've been enjoying the show.
Let's have a look. Well, Daniel Gurr, congratulations, mate. Sensational performance indeed. What an outstanding performance, ladies and gentlemen. Do you agree? Led from start to finish. And, of course, Mitch coming in to say congratulations, Daniel. How about that, mate? How does that feel to have your first world title here at Royal Melbourne, our first world title ever, and your second?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good to race against Mitch. He normally only get to cut against him once a year at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. So, yeah, it's good to for him to come over here and for me to cut against him and to beat him. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, it wouldn't mean as much if I didn't beat him in this race. So, you know, very happy that he's come over, put in the effort to come and race against me. And, yeah, I'd like to thank the Royal Melbourne Show for having this great event too.
I'd like
Well
just
done.
a quick question. Obviously, we watched you. You just flew up that tree. Absolutely incredible and inspiring. I want to know, what's the hardest part of it? Would you say getting a quick start? Is it getting ahead? Can you sense if they're catching up on you? Or is it from once you're at the top, it's really trying to get that first half and getting down before anyone else?
Yeah, it's crucial to get off to a good start and then get the sort of get the nerves away. And yeah, just try not to make too many mistakes and try not to look at what anyone else is doing. It's hard at times. I try not to sense what's going on next to me, but it is hard. Yeah, just got to try and concentrate on what I'm doing and yeah, do everything properly.
Yeah, of course. And it's also very dangerous in these conditions, very cold. So how do you keep warm? Because, of course, this can cause injury for all the guys, let alone yourself, especially if you're going so hard. How do you avoid injuries?
Well, we've got pretty similar weather down in Tassie at the moment, so I've been training in these conditions quite a bit, so I'm a bit used to it. But, yeah, I don't know. As you see, we left our jackets on for as long as we could, and I'll just try and jump around and keep the hands warm as much as I can.
Yeah, incredible. What a champ.
Now we have one more question, Damo. Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to see Daniel Gurr come back next year and back up his world title here at Royal Melbourne? Yes? Let's see if he can make it number 2 at Royal Melbourne in 2020. Okay, it's time for some presentations. We'll have the minor placings from our officials in just a few moments. I'd like to say a special thanks, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Paul Guerra, our CEO of the RASV, Cassie Lombardo, and our woodchop coordinator, Sarah Wooldridge, and their committee for the enormous amount of work they have put in during the last 12 months to make our first world title at the Royal Melbourne Show a magnificent display of our sport.
Thanks, Darryl. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to come to the presentation. We'll get our competitors line up in the order that they finished. And the trees were 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we get you from the dais here? Thanks, fellas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it was 7, 6, 5, 8. You know who you are? Over here, mate. Okay, to the winner, Daniel Gurr from Tasmania. Second, Mitchell Hewitt from Canada. Third, Josh Adamson from Queensland. And then we'll introduce all the others to Paul, our president. Matthew Gurr from Tasmania was 4th. Blake Meyer from Victoria was 5th. Then we have 3 Queenslanders. Lindsay Hewitt was 6th. Jake Dingle was 7th. And Campbell Newman was 8th.
Special shout out to all of our champions here today. They've come a long way to battle it out. 8 complete champions. Give them one more round of applause, guys. And of course, thanks to all of our officials, judges, and of course, Daryl Meyer for calling it as it was. Completely incredible. Thank you for coming down and entertaining us here at the Herald Sun Arena. Okay, guys. Well, we've handed out some ribbons for the World Championship. I've got a couple more. But you know what? These are special ones. These ones are for the best dancer in the crowd.